Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Our video for today is about cause and effect essay. So, what is a cause effect essay? It is an essay that shows the causes and the effect of a certain phenomenon. It explains why something happens and the results of it. So, it's an informative essay that shows the causes and the effect. It has, like any other essay, three parts. The first part is the introduction, where we introduce the topic and we state the main idea that we're going to discuss in this essay. After the introduction, we have the body. The body in a cause effect essay uh, usually has two paragraphs, one for the causes and one for the effects. We follow the block method here. So the first paragraph shows the causes for this phenomenon, and the second paragraph always shows the effect. So how, what were the effects of this phenomenon, and at the end, in the conclusion, we have a summary of what we discussed in this essay, and we have to reinforce the main idea. Now, let's take this example. So, the topic that we're going to discuss in this video is deforestation. What is the meaning of deforestation? It means cutting trees. Okay, so in this essay, we're gonna discuss what are the causes for deforestation and what are the effects on the environment. So, I need you to pause the video and think of three causes and three effects. So welcome back. I'm gonna give you some causes and some effects for deforestation other than what you thought. Okay? So, one causes for why people cut trees is for agriculture. So, people need space in order to make farms, to make fields, in order to grow vegetables and grow animals. Okay, so people cut trees in order to make space for their fields to grow vegetables and for their farms to raise animals. Another cause would be logging for timber and paper. So we all know that people need a lot of paper and a lot of wood. Timber means wood. So we need a lot of paper and a lot of wood. So we need to log. We need to cut trees into logs in order to maintain our needs of both wood and paper. And at the end, the third reason is urbanization and infrastructure. So people use wood in buildings, in their furniture, and also in their streets. Okay? So, uh, you know, people use wood a lot in the cities and in their buildings. So we need that wood. We cut trees in order to maintain this need. Okay, so to meet the need for wood for buildings. Now, what are the effects? What happens after cutting trees? A lot of animals lose their habitats, lose their houses, because a lot of animals live in trees. The second effect would be increased carbon dioxide levels in the air, because trees clean the air, they take CO2, carbon dioxide, and they make oxygen. So when you cut trees, the levels of CO2 will increase because trees are not cleaning them anymore. And at the end, soil erosion and desertification. So the roots of the tree hold the soil in order not to fall on streets, and they hold moisture. So when you cut trees, the the climate changes and the land would become like a desert. This is called desertification. So we listed here three causes and three effects. Now let's go for the outline. That means the parts of the essay in details. First, we have the introduction, which is the first part, which is the first paragraph of the essay. In the introduction, we have three parts. First, we have the hook. What is the hook? The hook is a sentence or a statement that grabs the reader's attention. It could be shocking, okay? The background information, here we have to explain and define the problem. So for example, here the problem would be desertification. In this part, we have to explain it. So people cutting trees for many reasons, etc. The thesis statement, and you have to pay attention here. Here, you have to clearly state the cause and the effect for this problem that you defined in the background information, okay? So, for deforestation, here you explained what deforestation is, and here in the thesis statement you have to say that in this essay you're gonna discuss the causes and the effect for deforestation, and you have to list them. Now, I want you to pause the video and try to write your own hook, the background information about deforestation, and the thesis statement. Now, let's move on to the first body paragraph. As we discussed before, the first body paragraph discusses the causes. And as we studied before, a paragraph starts with a topic sentence that introduces the topic of this paragraph. Here the topic is the causes of deforestation, so you have to introduce the topic. For example, you can say deforestation can have many causes, and you start listing. First you have to list cause 1, then you have to explain it, give examples, then you have to list cause 2, then you have to explain it and give examples. And at the end you will add what? You will add the concluding sentence. Here I didn't write it, but you have to do the concluding sentence. So I need you to pause the video and try to write a topic sentence for the causes of deforestation. State the cause, the first cause, and explain it. State the second cause and explain it. And write a concluding sentence. Who can remind me what a concluding sentence does? It restates or it summarizes all the ideas here. Okay? So please pause the video, write your own paragraph about the causes, and come back. Okay, now let's move on to the second body paragraph. The second body paragraph is like the first one. It is the same, but here we're not discussing the causes. Here we're discussing the effects, and in the effects we always have to start with a topic sentence like deforestation leads to many effects, or it leaves a lot of impacts on the environment, like 1, 2, and 3. So here you have to introduce the topic and you have to say that the deforestation has many effects. State the first effect, explain it in details, then state the second effect, explain it in details. Then you have to write the concluding sentence for paragraph 2. Again, pause the video and write your own paragraph for the effects. Now, let's move on to the last part of the essay, which is the conclusion. The conclusion has three parts. The first one restates, you have to restate the thesis. What is the meaning of restating the thesis? The thesis statement that you wrote in the introduction, which clearly states the causes and the effects for deforestation. Here you have to repeat it, to say it, but in other way. Okay, so the same thesis, you have to say it in another way. After that, you have to summarize the key points, the effects and the causes for deforestation, summarize them. Then you have to add a closing thought. Now we're gonna see everything in detail. I want you to try and write your own conclusion. Then we're gonna correct everything. Let's move on to the correction. So as we said in the introduction, we have three parts. The hook. Always start with an engaging sentence to grab the reader's attention. You have to grab the reader's attention. Use something surprising, thought-provoking, or vivid about the topic. Here we have an example about deforestation. Imagine a world without forests. No shade, no wildlife, and no fresh air to breathe. So here we wrote a hook that triggers the reader's imagination. Imagine a world without forests. So we're telling the reader to imagine a world without forests and without all the benefits that come with forests. After the hook, we have to write the background information, which is to provide a short explanation of the topic to help the reader understand the importance. So here we have to explain the topic, which is deforestation, and in order to help the reader understand what deforestation is and how bad it is. So let's see what we wrote here. Deforestation, the clearing of the forest for human purposes, has serious consequences for the planet. So here, we explained what it is, the clearing of forest. We said that it has the causes which are human purposes. The causes are related to people. Then we said that the consequences, the results, the impact, the effect for deforestation is very bad for the planet. After that, we have to write a thesis statement. Here we have to summarize the causes and effects that we will discuss in the essay. So in the essay, we're going to discuss cause 1, cause 2, effect 1, effect 2. Let's see the example. Deforestation is caused by agriculture, logging, and urbanization. Here, they chose the three causes. I need you only to choose 2 of the 3 causes. I only need 2 causes, okay? When you're writing your own essays, please choose only 2 causes. Here, after stating the causes, they stated the effects leading to, so they are stating the effects, habitat destruction, carbon emissions, and soil erosion. Again, they chose to discuss 3 effects. I only need you to discuss 2. Okay? Now, let's move to the first body paragraph. In the first body paragraph, as we discussed earlier, we always discuss the causes for the situation. Here, the causes for deforestation. And the first sentence of the body paragraph would be the topic sentence. And we have to start with a sentence that introduces the idea that the paragraph will explain. So here in the topic sentence, we have to introduce the idea, which is the causes for deforestation. Let's see. There are 3 main causes for deforestation. As simple as that. You have to state. There are 3 simple causes. in your case, you're gonna discuss only two. So you're gonna say there are two main causes for deforestation or of this deforestation, and you choose your own reasons, causes. So, cause number one, describe one reason the problem happens here. Here they chose, for example, agriculture. You can add your own reason, your own ideas. What they said here, farmers often clear forests to make room for crops or grazing animals, especially in tropical regions. So here they stated the cause. So people always clear forests in order to make space for their farms and for their fields. Um, here what's lacking is the details, okay? I need you to add examples, okay? For example, here we can say in Lebanon, in Akkar regions, many people cut trees, cut forests in order to make fields to grow their wheat crops. Because in Akkar mostly we grow wheat. Okay. Cause number two, again, just same. You have to state the cause and then you have to give examples and explain it. Do not add cause three. Do not add it. Second body paragraph, we have to discuss the effect. It's the same as the causes. First, the topic sentence, we have to state the effects for deforestation. The impacts of deforestation are far-reaching and devastating for the environment. So here they are explaining or describing how bad the deforestation, the impacts of deforestation are. And then they started explaining the first effect. Deforestation leads to habitat loss, forcing animals to migrate or face extinction. Here, as I said before, you have to add an example. Please, please, please add examples. Do not forget examples. Please do not forget to add examples as well as here. For the effect two, also you have to restate. You have to state the second effect for deforestation and explain it and add examples. Here, the second effect is trees absorb carbon dioxide. So when they are cut down, when we cut trees, more CO2 remains in the atmosphere, which make climate change worse. Again, I do not need you to write three effects. I only need you to write two effects. Two causes, two effects. That is more than enough for me. And the final paragraph in the essay would be the conclusion, and the conclusion has four parts. The first part would be the concluding word. What is the concluding word? It is one of these: finally, in conclusion, in summary, as a result, in essence, overall, to conclude, to sum up, in brief. The second part of the conclusion would be to restate the thesis. So here we wrote the thesis. Let's read it again. Deforestation is caused by agriculture, logging and urbanization, leading to habitat destruction, carbon emissions, and soil erosion. So here we just stated the causes and stated the effects for deforestation. In the conclusion, we have to restate to say the same thing again, but in other words. You have to remind the reader of the main causes and the effects we discussed in the body. So deforestation driven by farming, logging, and urban growth. Did you notice that we said the same idea but in different way? Causes, what does it cause? Immense harm through habitat destruction, climate change, and soil degradation. So you have to say the thesis in other words. The third part of the conclusion is to summarize key points. So choose 2 to 3 points that you discussed in the body to summarize them here. So you have to briefly review why the topic is important and what you covered in the essay. The loss of forest impacts not just wildlife but the entire ecosystem. So here they chose um to review the effect of the deforestation on the wildlife, on the habitat loss. Again, choose 1 point and you know restate it and remind the reader of the importance of the situation. And the last part is a closing thought, and the closing thought we have to end with a strong statement or call for action. Please, please, please focus on the call for action. What does it mean? It means to suggest solutions, to suggest what can people do. Okay, so here you can suggest solutions. For example, protecting our forest is crucial to preserving the planet for future generations. So here they suggested that we should protect our forest in order to uh, preserve the planet for future generation. Now, I want you to use the outline here in order to write an essay, and please uh, attach it on the eSchool agenda.